I'm playing Tavern Brawl right now, and I want this to end as fast as possible. It's just torture, bro. I just came out of the game by clicking on Shaman, because I like Shaman to some extent. And then I realized I'm holding like fucking 5 Borclers. And I'm drawing Borclers. And that's all I fucking play. I just react to my opponent with Borclers. It's like, wow. So much gameplay, infinite resources. Wow. My opponent kept playing resources too, but like I felt bad for him. So I stopped playing at this point. Like we're literally reaching a level of where I feel bad for my opponent. It's crazy. And it just makes me depressed because they will never understand what it's like to hold 5 Borclers and like be completely fucking annoyed by it. Because that's not gonna be gameplay, that's just gonna be like me spamming a bunch of fucking same shit over and over again. Just to survive a little bit longer and drain your resources. Wow. Hearthstone is just the most degenerate game now. All of a sudden, we just wake up and like, oh, it's really bad now. They got unhinged with the Borclers, and it never stopped. They never stopped printing them. But there's basically the biggest problem is like there's no strategy, and I'm starting to agree that like resource management not being present in the game anymore, that is the worst thing ever. The biggest resource being like health. The moment you can like escape health as a resource and just put on 30 armor, you win the game technically. Go to fatigue. I hope you like fatigue because I don't like fatigue. It's not fun top decking either, but like it's way better than having 10 cards in your hands the entire fucking game. We're not gonna talk about that though, because I could dig deep into resource management and how important it is. And still in Hearthstone, like, you have to somehow find infinite resources in your deck. It's the only way you can like keep on spamming a lot of minions and then you put enough pressure. That's still a win condition, by the way, I imagine. It's just some decks do it better than others and it takes a ridiculous amount of time to get anywhere. Another warm-up exercise we're gonna do is, let's check how many Borclers are after the rotation. How many Borclers across 11 classes? That's my most interesting thing to do, after all, is react to those cards. I will count Borcler, that's not legendary spell, as 2, just so we know how many you can have in the deck. So we start with the Knight class. There must be a Borcler here, right? Yeah, that counts. That's a swipe. That's a 2. Pretty cool. And again, it's like, it's expected, but like, it's just really painful. Now it's expected. Now it's expected that everything dies. Somehow, some way. Unless it has a ridiculous amount of stats. And then it might not die, so you're trying to do that. Trying to pump stats. And now we have this broken ass hand buffing nonsense. I'm actually not finding enough Borclers on turn 2 and 3. What happened, guys? So we have at least 4. funny enough, if hand buffs are gonna remain ridiculously strong, this is gonna be a Borcle. And technically, if you combine it with this, there's somewhere a Borcle in here. So I'll click one more time. Borcle. Oh. Very relevant one, too. Maybe I can give a bonus point if I've seen it way too many times. Then rotate. Another Borcle. We looked at one class and I can, like, make it have 14 Borclers, I think. Can I actually stuff all of them into the same deck? I'm playing double red and one green. That's technically a Borcle, bro. Board fills, especially with Rush, they count very much. So, especially, like, it's a flexible one. So I can put it in there. I might not be able to put this one, though. This one you put in. Ah. Okay, so maybe the blood one is a bait. But everything else you pretty much just put in your deck. And have a Borcle deck that generates a lot of value, and that's it, bro. What else do you want from life? Soul Stealer. This counts because it fills the board. And this counts as one Borcle, because it's not exactly a Borcle, but yeah. Yeah, it kills multiple minions. Alright. So 2-1-1, stuff like that. Gives us 20 points of clearing. How do you find within like a class 20 Borclers? I don't understand. Just class cards within one class. Well, you can imagine it's at least 10 Borclers printed. And I stretched definition a little bit. That's cool. Guess how many Borclers Demon Hunter has? Probably the least. The D-Man. Let's find them all. So Chaos Nova, there's a Borcle in these gifts. Because it's truly a gift for everyone. Everyone needs a Borcle, bro. At any moment. Bad things could happen and we have to clear everything. So we have this red card bullshit that I had encountered where you summon a stupid legendary demon and clear the board a couple times. Wow. You actually like use your red card on your own minion. I never thought about it. But now I think about it every day. So there's that stupid demon. I hope I didn't miss anything. This that would be... Oh, of course I fucking did. Of course I fucking did, bro. Oh my god, bro. Okay, somewhat... I can move on now. With Bartender Bots, you can do something very spicy that people don't know about. It's called fucking Wolf. Your favorite Borcle has returned the expendable performance. Wow. Man, why the fuck is my computer dying? Anyways, I'll buy a new one. That's how it goes. It's about time. Going down swinging a Borcle. This one doesn't really count. And this one kind of fucking sucks. I don't even know if it's playable or not. So complicated. Like, you just play the demon for 8 mana and, like, you get 2 of these attacking your enemy, right? So fucking stupid. I'll give 1 point, but I'm not impressed. I'm browsing collection and my computer is dying. It's crazy. I don't know, bro. This definitely counts. I just never crafted one. So I don't know how powerful it is. That's the demon in question. Funny enough, this might not be a Borkler, but this is definitely a Borkler. I'm joking. But it's kind of close, bro. It's kind of close. You can probably, like, pull this out of your deck. I just want to see, like, every class max Borkler decks. I want to see what they can do. It's just so fun. We're probably gonna build all of them. Just to fucking make fun of people. And be depressed and stuff. For the sake of the destruction of this stupid community. So, yeah, there's 4 things that can happen here. And you get to choose to some extent. But it's definitely a Borkler. Even Demon Hunter has 14 already. Am I missing anything? That one. That one's a little weak, but Borkler's not weak. Just need to learn how to play that shit. Of course it's a Borkler. Of course. It's hard to read everything all at once. We still got 18 points. And what the fuck is this shit? That's all we get, bro. Left and right, that's all we have to interact with. And there's technically no way to play around it anymore. Like, you just give up. I'm the only one talking about it. And I have no hope for people to play around Borklers. It's just, there's no hope. You're gonna be destroyed by them. Eventually. One player is gonna have better Borklers. And they come out on top and, like, they win. Better suited Borglers for specific occasions. So Druid, not supposed to have many, but now they do. With Swipe. That's cool. And then they have spell damage. It's the only class that can receive a card like this in general, and an archetype of spell damage, because you would fucking cry if it had a Borkler with lifesteal. You would cry of like, but why Reno? Reno effect now. Yeah, imagine Reno being reduced to a fucking 1 mana Borkler that has rotated. But like, imagine that. That's your Reno. That's what Reno looks like. How cool is that? We're gonna talk about something as a bonus meme. Because I kinda want to. We're not just gonna cover the classes, but yeah. I said it's a warm-up, but like it's gonna be the main thing apparently. And I'm not enthusiastic about anything because I just woke up. I'm depressed. I don't want to fucking deal with this shit. It's a new rotation that I don't care about. I'm probably gonna play Whizbang just like Raren. See what happens. Actually, I don't want to play Whizbang because I already experienced Whizbang through Tavern Brawl. We have to look into that a little bit more. I'm realizing that Whizbang can have not so fun decks after all. Decks that are just like take ridiculous amount of time to play. So I'll probably have to do something different about that. So we have 2 swipes, of course. We have 2 more swipes. And spell damage makes them really good. But is there anything else? That is considerably a Borkler. I mean, Gem Tosser kind of helps. And since you need every single Borkler, you would play that for sure. Druid is more specified as a board filler class. So we have to think about it slightly differently. Alright, board fills. So you would think like, oh, just like, I'm just not gonna give Druid any points. We just gave him 4 points. That's not how Hearthstone works, you pieces of shit. You know, excuse my French. But like, I know people don't expect me to add board fills into this. And, but that's exactly how Hearthstone works. There's board fills too. And you have to use them. Technically a board fill. You have to play these cards. You have to understand that's the Druid identity. To fill the board. And Greybow is very close. That's not a board fill because it doesn't have any stats, any attack. If it doesn't have attack, like what's the point? The best you can do is like buff. The cluster is a board fill. Golem is a board fill. So you can still build a Boardclear deck with Druid, is just the opposite of Boardclear. And it could potentially be even more dangerous. Drum Circle is apparently a board fill. And sort of that's it. I hope. Fucking even Eonar is a board fill almost. Simply because you refresh mana crystals and then continue playing more minions on turn 10, so it's literally free. Free board fill. Fuck yeah, Eonar. You're a board fill now. That's what we have decided. How cool is that? Alright. Moving on. So Druid has the least Borklers, guys. How cool is that? But will Druid win the competition of being the least toxic shit? What? Oh, just Rush. Alright, I'll count. Probably Hunter has the least. Even doesn't fill the board. How crazy is that? And this is why I like aggro decks. Thank you very much for watching. No, but like seriously. I win against aggro decks more often than not, bro. Simply because of this reason. There is one board fill that doesn't look like a board fill, but for fuck's sake, this is disgusting. And I've lost too many times to this board fill. Because it's pretty goddamn OP. So that sucks. Technically, it obviously works as a Borcle, but it's kind of weird that it doesn't do anything if it's not a Highlander. Yes and yes. And now fucking King Crush is a Borkler. Like, for fuck's sake, man. You can't make this shit up. How do we add flavor to King Crush? So much flavor now. Are you enjoying Boardclears Stone? Hunter's the best one. We should praise Hunter now. We went full circle. We were like, oh, Hunter's such an aggressive class, so annoying. And now just gonna kiss toes for Hunter for having the least Borklers. But they have OTK Borklers, so I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. And they have Lifesteal Borkler on top of being OTK Borkler. Yeah, I don't like it, to be honest. I think it's kind of stupid. But I'll just look away, because that's not exactly what we're talking about. We're not talking about, like, resource management. Lifesteal would be one of those, like, fuck your resource management moments. Literally, it's a fuck you card game. It's fuck you, give me your life's... Here's your life sentence, basically, if you like this game. You literally get... Go to jail if you like this game. Because you get trapped into games that last forever and are completely meaningless. There's no skill involved. Besides knowing how to play a Borkler. Like, for fuck's sake, man. Actually, Mage stopped being the worst class of all time. In terms of Borklers. So I don't know how I feel about Mage. I feel like it's going through redemption arc. But it has Discover effects. So that might be pretty bad. Alright, Discover is like 10% of a Borkler most of the time. So stupid, isn't it? Every single Discover effect can discover a Borkler too. This is not a Borkler. Wow, Mages... I like it, bro. I appreciate. I will take it in my mouth. I mean, we've seen the quick draw Borkler, but it's like very mild. This is a Borkler. But very mild stuff, man. Shit. I apologize for trying to remove Mage from the game. I will take accountability. But this fucking card, bro, this fucking card still pisses me off. And there's Star Power. Blessed Miner kind of is a Borkler, so 6. Some not special Borkler with a twist. This Joke is a Borkler. Fucking Khadgar is a Borkler. But it's a shitty one. Bard Strike is a... It came back. Bard Strike is back. Boardfill is a Borkler. And honestly, what the fuck is this, bro? Nah, there's plenty of Borklers now. It's really bad. Borkler... Yeah, the reason why Firework Mage worked is you guessed it. You guessed it. Yogg on the box, so... I don't like Yogg on the box, so I'll just pretend it's always gonna cast a Borkler. We're gonna just pretend, guys. And Sunset Volley also gonna be a Borkler, but because these are like very big ones, it feels kind of disingenuous to give too much value. I think that's where it ends. Sure. I'll just pretend that Mage cannot discover 20 more Borklers. We're just gonna pretend, okay, guys? So now Paladin. Can Paladin not do that? What everyone else is doing right now? Because again, you can create decks with half of the cards being Borklers, which is probably the perfect composition of a deck. Kind of a Borkler, and you have to play it You gotta fucking play it, dude. I don't think I will stutter on this one. Consecration, Borcle nonsense. Borcle. And attack unsuspecting idiots who don't know how to not play minions. Showdown into the stupid thing as a Borcle. I'll give a 3 because they can be played separately in a way. But this is not really a Borcle. Consecration. Still available. I don't know how I feel about buffs and tiny floods. It's such a mindfuck in a way. And there's lifesteal going on, so like, oh my god. It's such a nauseating experience to play 20-minute games. 2, just because creatures have lifesteal. Just because of that. Just because you can reset the game anytime. You can create Reno however you like. You just gotta be creative about it. You can craft Reno. And then clear the board afterwards. Fucking Borcle this one is. Weapon is also a Borcle. Let's go, baby. It's my favorite thing. I don't know if this is Borcle. And that's why it's a Borcle. It's close enough for me. Pacifier effects. Yeah, I'll take that. And also it's a Borcle simply because you buff your board or clear your opponent's stats. Board fill, but doesn't seem to be relevant. And that's about it, right? How cool is that? I hope that's it. Does that count? Kind of. I mean, it's a better swipe. You can kill anything. It's a removal Borcle. Or removal and splash on your opponent. Also, this is a Borcle. Oh, Paladin is not so fucking innocent, isn't it? Of course it's not. Of course it was boring to play against. Literally, the most fun class to play against is Hunter. How cool is that? It was so fun. Every time. They lost the arcane package? What the fuck? So quickly, it feels. I mean, now this is a Borcle, though. So. It's definitely a Borcle. Wow. Again, let's not panic too much just because I'm fighting all these things. We're gonna panic once we build decks about it. Then we're gonna panic. Because people don't actually see it. You know, the power of these sort of decks. I see it because I'm researching everything. People would not dare to actually just meme with Borclers and create a Borcle deck because it's sort of like predictable, right? Like it doesn't have a win condition. Yes, it does. It just has better cards than minions. It's better than having minions. You just sit there and react to content. Your opponent plays a minion and you laugh at it and play a Borcle after they play more minions because you just keep healing yourself or doing some shenanigans. You're buffing your hand or some bullshit like that. You're just laughing at them until there's oh, I have a specific Borcle for you, my friends. Here you go. You know, eat this. That's gonna be the gameplay we're gonna create with these decks. Right after rotation. So it's gonna get that much worse. Very quickly. How cool is that? So much worse. Oh my god. I think I'm seeing a miracle. Priest not having Boardclears inside gifts? What is going on, Priest? Have you been duped? Have you been... Have the game flipped upside down and Priest no longer has Boardclears? What's going on, guys? I want to know. I kind of have a feeling Priest is going to do pretty well on this one. Pretty clean, obviously. It's going to have a lot. Yeah, this definitely counts. Because this is such a flex card. This almost enables board filling. And honestly, I cannot just let it sit there and not pretend that it's not a board fill. If you have enough, like, 1-drops, if you can generate a bunch of tokens, you stars align, and all of a sudden you fill the board a bunch of times. If you know how to do it. So, keep that in mind, I guess. But I don't trust the card. Serenity. Ruin. Now, these ones a little bit weird and difficult to play, I would say. Difficult to get value out of. But it is what it is. This is a fill, for sure. Pretty good card. Light Bomb and that. And this is a Borcle, for fuck's sake. And a very efficient one as well. Holy shit. I mean, in Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you play a card and remove 2 cards, I think that's pretty fucking good card. I think it's pretty good. But here's just a Titan, you know, it's special. Everything is a battle cry after all, am I right? There's no death... Like, it even removes death rattle, so it's pretty fucking good Borcle. This is a board fill. I'll still count the Highlander. Because what inspired me to make this is Reno into Zephyrus. I wanted to discuss that, but I guess I'm not going to. Because I found even more work to do. Workler to do. I mean, board fill, congratulations. That's pretty good. People have played, like, control decks for a long time, some people. So they know more about this than I do. In their hearts. Repeat for each dragon you're holding. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? You fucking kidding me right now? There's more. Okay, Priest is not safe from criticism. But the highest score still goes to the Knight, but not really. Alright. Priest is number 1 now. I've decided that because Knight cannot have all the Borclers at once. But that's about it. Is that it? Because, like, I could have missed something. Mage could technically be number 1 simply because it can discover Borclers. If you're tired of me saying Borcle all the time, you just have to cast a Borcle and remove them using AI technology. Okay, for real this time, like, Rogue does not have Borclers. When you play against Rogue, you feel like elevated into a new dimension of like, wow, they're gonna have to play minions or discover Borclers anyways. You know, with this thing is why it's still desperately being played even after the nerf. Because it's technically a goddamn Borcle. Oh, wow. They needed that for sure. But it's actually not a Borcle, funny enough. Probably not even efficient anymore. Should have been 4 mana because it's a 4/4, you know? Like, that's how it works. That's how the game works now. So they messed it up a little bit. Anything that's a Borcle that you can shadow step, I will have to count it as slightly more than 1 point, you know. Dark Slick helps a little bit. Out of Knives is kind of weird, cringy splash bullshit. Splash doesn't work, bro. No way. No way I'm a fucking splash into 2. It's a 1, not 2. People don't play Fan of Knives. I don't know what to say, bro. I think this is why I liked going rogue into Legends. Because I didn't have to play Boardclears. I didn't have to fucking worry about that shit. On my side, at least. Because it's the most boring thing you can do. Like, literally, I don't see anything. Am I fucking blind? You guys see Boardclears? Because I didn't see shit. Rogue is, like, the most cleanest person. Like, you would come into a room and be like, who stole $20 billion? And you would look at Rogue and be like, probably not you. You know, probably not this pirate coin creature, you know. It's probably not greedy enough to do that. Because it has everything, you know. He probably already stolen $20 billion across its lifetime. Or not. I don't know what this joke is going to be honest. I just don't see, like, Rogue being, like, the most super villain of all time. I think that Rogue right now, it's literally in the bottom. Rogue is in the bottom. Bottom 3. Druid is completely obliterated. That is so sad. Look how sad it is. Man. We need to start with Druids. We need to start with, like, these bottom classes. Because I should know how to play them, right? There has to be a way. Alright, Shaman. And Mage is, like, bottom class because, yes, it has Borclers, but it doesn't have a way to attack. So that's it. That's the problem. If you don't know how to attack, like, you're not gonna kill minions efficiently. Borclers are not gonna save you. There's a Borcler supplement required. Which probably, like, death rattly minions. We'll figure it out. I just want to break the game at this point. I'm so fucking tired. I will craft 11 Borcler decks and I will break the game as best as I can. Except for Warrior, I guess. Warrior's excluded because there's already a Borcler deck. Because people play Control Warrior for, like, years and years and years and years and years. Since inception. So they know how to add every Borcler imaginable. And discover every Borcler imaginable in Warrior. And sort of Priest too. So I'm not gonna invent anything new there. It's already the best deck in the game, you know, like... What? Fuck you, Warrior. What's wrong with you? You're supposed to be better because you fucking crush my hopes and dreams. Apparently not. Well, people gonna figure out how to play control decks eventually right now. Things are out of control. So, but the control deck's gonna catch up. Warrior being 50% is phenomenal for them. Phenomenal. You're gonna catch up to something. They're gonna outrace them. Like, you can imagine a race and a Warrior just, like, keep pumping. The only questionable thing is, like, what's going on with Hunter, but they just have OTKs now. Such a weird thing to have, especially cheap ones. And, like, here's a Borcler, so we give 2 points for that one. There's a board fill. You can't underestimate that shit. There is a card. As you can tell, this is a card. without ability for me to name it what it is. But you should be able to tell that it's a card. Then there is this bad boy over here. And this is why I have to play elementals every now and then. Alright, guys. Then you have Tumbleweed. Yeah, these are giants. I guess I can't just... And these are... No, well... Giants and have requirements. I can't do it. Alright, I can't do it wrong. But this one is pretty good. Same deal here. Better block. Hopefully you can find a battle cry that has the Borcle. Otherwise it's fucking useless. Crash of Thunder. Hopefully cost 0 mana. What's that I hear? Holiday? I wonder why Holiday is so powerful. I wonder what's so powerful about this stupid card. Maybe just like board fills. Volcano. Now recently something has changed in the game. Is where you can like start summoning giant minions for like 0 mana almost. If you can do that, like Boardclears are pretty useless. But I'll just ignore that that's possible somehow. We'll figure it out as we go. There's something weird going on, I think. Aftershocks. At least with Rainbow Death Knight right now, it's insanity. Two more. So maybe some removals are also required to counter some decks, but it's probably niche. I think Conductivity allows Boardclears to manifest. With Hex, maybe. Because you would definitely run this. I'll click one time. And there's the Splash with Jam Session. Splash. Wait. So, you get spell damage and you splash stronger. You can also discover Borclers very effectively, but... I mean, there's somewhere a Borcler to be found. And Shaman has 24. What the fuck, Shaman? Did you just betrayed me? Yes, he did. Because I just played, like, you know, the stupid Tavern Brawl, and I'm like, why am I only playing Borclers right now? This is so boring. Twisting Nether is back. Twice. What the fuck, man? Man, like, fuck you. This Twisting Nether is just hands down the worst one of all of them. And now there's more. Sargeras. Might as well just, like, have every card be a gift, you know? Everything should be a gift. Just so you can cram a Borcler into every single card. This is... I'm signing a petition right now. Everything should be a Borcler now. It would at least make some sense. I'm not sure about Crescendo because you have to play other shit. I know about Defile and Hellfire though. Very obvious stuff. That's a Borcler. And if you don't think that's a fucking Borcler, holy shit, man. We haven't learned anything, haven't we? Pretty sure if you do enough sludges, there's a Borcler. No, well, we're gonna get to that, actually. Gonna get to that. Gem Tosser still Borcler. That's a Borcler. And that was a Borcler and probably still kind of works, but it's a weird one. This is also a weird one. I'll give a 3, maybe? I'm not sure about this. I have seen it. That's an interesting one. Just excavate twice. You're gonna do that with every deck. Even the ones that don't have excavate, you're gonna excavate twice before you do anything else. Lord Jiraxis doesn't have a Borcle? How crazy is that? That's so crazy to me. And guess what new handlog has? Isn't this like weird? Like we having like at 20 Borclers for each class pretty much. By stretching limitations. Actually, yeah, that's why they play fatigue package. Because Borclers, bro. They play fatigue. There's nothing else to it. That's it. We're done here. Please. Double check. I mean, this kind of makes sense as a Borcler, but still. So it's a powerful one. If it heals you. I still just treat it as 1. Because it has fixed damage. Like, it's not that bad. This can sort of be a Borcler. But still questionable. How many do we need? It's crazy. So what am I supposed to play? Like 2 minions at a time? And 3 minions is too much? Like, you can sense we're not playing Hearthstone correctly anymore. There's a correct way of playing Hearthstone that we don't understand. My favorite Borcler of all time is called Warrior. So Warrior has a few brawls now. And Brawl is extra large. Extra large fort. Blade Storm and Splash for Whirlwind. That's useless now. Well, it has a very, very strong Excavate package, which can be a Borcler. Like, there's hidden Borclers in this fucking shit. There's some hidden in there. And I can't even evaluate them properly anymore. That fucking pisses me off, man. I want to click on every single stupid Excavate class. Including Rogue. We gotta trash Rogue a little bit. We gotta click at least once for all the Excavate bullshit. For Paladin. Where's the goddamn Paladin? Who else wants some? Shaman is gonna get some. Warriors have decided is gonna get some. Warlock is gonna get one of these fucking Excavate treasures. I think Death Knight has Excavate too. And you have to play it because it contains Borclers. Why else would you play Excavate? There's just one reason. There's only one reason for it. And that's it. That's why Druid is the worst one and not Rogue. Because Rogue just fucking keeps excavating a bunch of times and it's a happy camper. Fucking Ziliax is a Borcler now. Congratulations, thank you very much. Neutral set. No, we're not done with Warrior. By any means. Fucking if this is not a Borcler, bro, it's a board fill for sure. Like, it's a 0 mana card. Where it fills the board so quickly, you can barely fucking breathe anymore. Too bad it doesn't have charge, though. Flames. Man, I miss Boar. I miss 1/1 charge. It's still a cool card to have. You get rewarded for hand buffing yourself. Like, isn't that cool? 1/1 charge would still be somewhat playable. Can you imagine? But not really playable. But, you know, if you buff it a bunch of times, you can get somewhere. Like, I used to play the stupid hand buff deck where it just charges in my opponent's face. And it was kind of fucking cool. Where you just eventually OTK your opponent. Eventually. I like that. Now only Hunter does that. Oh well. Sanitize. Which is extra... Well, not extra... Trial by Fire is extra powerful, Borcle. You know, Warrior might not have the most Borclers, but they have the most Borclers. Tortoise, of course. We built a deck for this shit. Now they have this thing. I mean, shit, bro. This is a Borcle. Man, can we stop? Can we stop that? Like, everything is a Borcle now. It's insane. Like, the game resets over and over and over and over again. It's not even funny anymore. You can't even keep anything on the board. Because that would be stupid if you were able to do that, am I right? Is that it? We didn't actually went that deep. I mean, I don't like Brand, though. But it kind of reduces Borclers. Like, these no duplicates, I actually changed my mind. No dupe. No dupe cards are not board. You know, I might have changed my mind about Reno. Reno is like, oh, I can't add all the Borclers in my deck. So here's a super ultra Borcle. I understand now. I understand I was wrong about Reno. Maybe that was the actual video. I was wrong about the worst designed card in the game. Oh, man. My bad, guys. My bad. Yeah, Priest. Priest, Shaman, all of these, bro. You can't play your favorite Borclers anymore when you're playing Highlander stuff. Wow. How cool is that, though? Alright, let's see how many Borclers we can find in the neutral set. Because there is some. And god fucking damn it. Good days when Doomsayer was a Borcle. We used to rule the world with Doomsayer. I'll still pretend that it is. So we can live happily ever after. Then there's Flint. Flint clear. I mean, if you cannot play that many minions, Doomsayer is a Borcle. How cool is that? We might consider Doomsayer in some decks. Especially if we're gonna be low on Borclers. Wild Pyro might be a Borcle. It's very hard to tell because you have to buff the damn thing now for it to do anything anymore. And cast a bunch of tiny spells. So fuck that shit. Not gonna work for me. I still haven't tested the Art Technician very well. I mean, that's a splash. That's something. Rattlesnake is pretty cool, but I'll pretend I'll fuse Festival Security with Rattlesnake and we have a Borcle somewhere. Fusion. Alright, is that... Where do we go from here now? Discover spells, of course. Like, if you run out of Borclers, bro, you can always just discover more. So secretly, neutral set is filled with that shit. But I think you do something different here with this set. I'm thinking Ignis is kind of a Borcle. So you have to have it in your deck. What did you expect? Alright, that's cool. I am hoping Pyrotechnician is a Borcle, but this one kind of also is. I'll give it 2. Alright. I'm gonna do some creative shit, for sure. Elite Tauren. So I'm forcing my opponent to play cards? That's a fucking Borcle, bro. I'm serious. That's a Borcle. The most important aspect about Borclers is to, well, clear the goddamn board. But if your opponent doesn't play anything, there's nothing I can do, man. Destroy minion with less attack than this. What the fuck? That's a cool card. But it's too weak, so it's shit. Leroy Jenkins is a board fill. That's... Why would... I mean, they kept the same flavor. That's kind of fucking weird. Why would he do the same exact thing? Well, it's 5 mana now. Elf Huntress. Wow. I'm probably gonna go back to sleep at this point. Because I don't want to exist for a few more hours. Man, you wish this was a Borcle, but it's just 5 damage. It's not good enough. I wonder if this is a Borcle. Gnomelia. No, this is a very efficient one. God damn, bro. Baron Geddon is not really good. Not good enough. Siamat is good enough, though. Definitely kills 2 minions. And big ones. Alright. I mean, Mosher's pretty cool. So even though I like trashing Reno, potentially, because the way you have to play the game, Reno is not a Borcle. So here you go. Maybe that's a thumbnail, bro. The thumbnail is that this is a Borcle and Reno is not a Borcle. That I was wrong about Reno. That's the conclusion. And it's the weirdest fucking thing you can say to a person. But this is how I see the world in general. I discover this sort of stuff and I'm like, yep, that makes sense. I don't think Deathwing is a Borcle, but that's a pretty cool one. I'll give 2 points for whatever the fuck is going on here. Even though these are 10 mana creatures, holy crap. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're done. Obviously, Prison of Yogg-Saron is a Borcle, but I don't care about that. I'm still hoping that this works as a board feel, but I'm still not sure. There's some uncertain things for sure. Anyways, see you guys next time. We figure things out. These are numbers for all 12 classes. So here we go. Hunter, Rogue, and Druids are the coolest classes you can play right now in the game. Everything else makes you toxic and stupid. See you guys next time.